Hey everyone, and welcome. So, artificial intelligence. It's not some far-off sci-fi thing anymore, right? It's here, it's now. And it's actually becoming a real, practical teammate in our work, in our studies, and in pretty much everything we do. So the question isn't if we'll work with AI anymore, it's how. All right, let's get into it.
I think this quote just nails it. We have to shift our thinking. This isn't about being replaced, it's about getting a massive upgrade to our own abilities. Think of it like a pilot with their autopilot. They're not competing, they're working together, each doing what they do best to get the job done better and safer. It's all about collaboration.
So here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we'll talk about why AI is your new teammate. Then, we'll break down the human-AI partnership. After that, we'll get into the actual playbook for how to work together. Then, we've got to cover the rules of the game, the ethics, and we'll wrap up with your winning strategy for the future.
Okay, let's jump right into our first section. AI is your new teammate. Now, why is this so critical to get your head around? Because honestly, this isn't just some passing trend. This is a huge shift in how we work and learn, and getting on top of it now is going to give you a serious edge in your career.
So why is this such a big deal? Well, working with AI can seriously supercharge what you do. For one, it boosts your productivity by taking all the boring, repetitive stuff off your plate. It helps you make smarter decisions by crunching massive amounts of data in seconds. It can even make you more creative by sparking new ideas when you're stuck. And if you're a student, man, it's like having a 24/7 research assistant.
And here's the bottom line. Learning how to work with AI is quickly becoming a non-negotiable skill, kind of like knowing how to use a computer became essential a decade or two ago. Mastering this is one of the best ways you can future-proof your career because you're going to see this partnership popping up in pretty much every industry out there.
Which leads us perfectly into Section 2, the Human-AI Partnership. So what does this team actually look like in practice? Who's doing what?
Okay, the official term for this is a human-in-the-loop system. I know, it sounds super technical, but the idea is actually incredibly simple. The human is always in the driver's seat. We're the ones who set the goals, we provide the context, the nuance that only a person can. And maybe most importantly, we are the ethical backstop. The AI, it handles the heavy lifting, the data processing, and the automation.
And your AI teammate can wear a few different hats, right? You might work with a generative AI to brainstorm some fresh ideas or get a first draft of a report going. Or maybe you'll use an analytical AI to spot hidden patterns in a huge spreadsheet. And then there's automation AI, which can just take care of all those tedious tasks you hate doing.
This really gets to the core of it all. Just look at the two columns. We bring the creativity, the critical thinking, that ethical judgment and emotional intelligence. The AI brings the mind-blowing speed, the data processing, and the consistency. So what happens when you put those two together? You get a team that is way, way more powerful than either of you could ever be alone.
All right, Section 3, the Collaboration Playbook. So we've covered the what and the why. Now it's time for the how. How do you actually, practically, work well with an AI?
Well, it all starts with something called prompt engineering. Don't let the name intimidate you. It's just a fancy way of saying giving good instructions. Honestly, it's the #1 communication skill you need for working with AI. The clearer you are, the more specific you are, the better the result you're going to get. It's that simple. And this is a perfect example of what a great prompt looks like. See how it's not just write about climate change. No way. It defines the format, a 5-slide outline. It clarifies the audience, high school students, and it gives it clear rules. Use simple language and real-world examples. This is how you get something back that's actually useful.
And you got to remember, this is not a one-shot deal. The best way to work with AI is to treat it like a conversation. It's a cycle. You give an instruction, you see what it comes up with, and then you tweak your prompt to make it even better. It's a back and forth, just like collaborating with any person on your team. So this brings us to a really important topic in Section 4, the rules of the game. Because with all this new power, you also get new responsibilities. And as the human on the team, it's your job to be the ethical captain of the ship. Which, raises a huge question. With an AI that's so capable, who's actually calling the shots here? Who has the final say?
The answer is so simple, and it's totally non-negotiable. This is the mantra you have to burn into your brain. AI suggests, humans decide. The AI is an amazing advisor, an incredible tool, but you are the one who makes the final call. The authority and the responsibility is always yours.
And that really boils down to a few basic ground rules. You've got to be transparent and open about when you're using AI. You have to be the one to check its work for fairness and correct for any biases it might have. You absolutely have to protect private data. And the big one is accountability. At the end of the day, it's your name on the final project, not the AI's. You own the result.
Okay, let's bring it all home with our last section, your winning strategy. This is all about how you can thrive in this new world, because this partnership actually makes your human skills more valuable, not less.
Think about it. As AI starts handling more of the routine stuff, our unique human skills become our superpowers. Your ability to think critically about what an AI tells you, to apply your ethical compass, to solve those messy, complex problems that don't have easy answers, those are the skills that are going to be in crazy high demand. AI doesn't replace them. It actually makes them shine.
And look, if you take one piece of advice away from this, let it be this one. Always remember the goal. You should be using AI as a tool to help you learn more, to go deeper, to challenge your own thinking. It's the launch pad for your learning, never an escape hatch to avoid it.
Ultimately, it all comes down to this simple idea. AI brings incredible power to the table, the power to calculate, to analyze, to create. But power without a direction is just noise. We, the humans, are the ones who provide the purpose. We ask the right questions, we set the vision, and we decide what really matters. And that right there is the future of working together.